I'm going to show you how to make and use a mortising template to recess your sewing machine table hinges. Probably the best bit that you can use is a pattern making bit. There, you can see that that's got a diagonal cut in it so that when it's cutting, it pushes down on the wood and makes a nice clean cut. It also has a bearing that rides along the pattern. Now in this one, the bearing is bigger than the cut. It's a 5/8 inch bearing and a 1/2 inch cut. So we need to take that into consideration when we're making the template. So our template is going to be a 1/16 of an inch bigger all the way around the hinge. Start by creating a circle that is 1 1/4 inches across, somewhere 5 inches or so from the edge, because when you start your router cut, you need a place for the router to sit. So I'm just going to randomly select somewhere in the middle here, a place to put a 1 1/4 circle. Now, if you don't have a circle guide, you can use a circle compass like this. The next thing you want to do is take your square against the edge of your template and line up the circle with the square, and then just run that off the page, just like that. Do that on both sides. So the resulting shape I have drawn now, if you can see it, is about a 1/16 of an inch bigger all the way around than the hinge. I don't know, can you see that? So to start the cut, I'm going to put this 1 1/4 inch spade bit into a drill press and drill the hole first. Okay, I got a little too aggressive with sanding, so I'm starting over again. And here's my new piece, and I've drilled the hole that is 1 1/4 inches in diameter, and now I'm going to cut it on the table saw. Okay, so before I finish the bottom of the template, which is where the piece will ride up against the edge of the, say you're putting your hinge, can you even see this? Yeah, you can see this. Okay, so say you're putting your hinge here, okay? This is going to be glued or attached in some fashion to the underside of the template. Then the template rides up along the edge of the place where you're putting the hinge. And before I do that, I want to make sure that this hinge is going to fit in the wood after I do my routing. So if it doesn't, and I need to do a little bit more sanding, then it's easier to do that before you put this on. So we're just going to do a sample, and right now we're not going to really care where the hinge folds. We're just going to see if we can't get this hinge to fit on the wood with this template. Okay, now I've set up my router. I put the original plate back on because I'm not going to use the bushing this time. I'm actually going to use the bearing to ride against the template. So I have this little scrap that came out of the middle, right? And so the depth of the bit should be the thickness of your template stock plus the thickness of the hinge. So I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do a practice and see how it works out. Okay, now we're going to test whether we've got the depth of the mortise correct. So I got another couple pieces of scrap here. I'm going to draw a square line on our test piece. Oops. Let's do another one. So I'm going to line up the hinge to our line. I'm going to get a sharper pencil. Hang on a second. I'll draw another line on the other side of the hinge. And really that's all you need to have to set the template. So we'll put one aside. So what I'm doing, and let me try to move the camera. If you can see that the ridge of the template right here should line up exactly with the line that we drew. Okay, so let's try the hinge. This time it's right side up. Put it into the groove and it's seated perfectly. Now we just have to do the same thing to the other one and we will screw them together.